I'm a terrible producer for this. I did not know that the Neptunes had split up. People were like, oh yeah, the Neptunes been broke up. Apparently this was years ago. I guess I just don't pay attention to much. I do know Pharrell made a controversial statement about him not being political, which is not true, because Pharrell, we know exactly where you were in November 2018 in Los Angeles. But that aside, when you think of the Neptunes, you usually think, a lot of people think of Pharrell, and real producer nerds are aware that the Neptunes is a duo. Pharrell was just the front man. He rapped, he sang, he looks perpetually 23 years old. He did the whole Louis Vuitton thing. I had no idea trouble was brewing. I know a lot of producers love working with one another, and I also know that a lot of producer teams split up. So it's unfortunate when producers split up from one another. So there's a lesson here. I didn't realize also that this was not the first time that Chad Hugo sued Pharrell. Apparently this has been ongoing for a couple years. Let me show you what I mean. I found this clip from a local news report. We don't really know what happened. We don't know the truth. There are many sides to every story, but we can agree that this looks like a really awful situation. I learned a lot from this one short clip from ABC News 13. I don't know what, it must be local. Maybe it's Virginia Beach. I don't know.
Award-winning producer and Virginia Beach native Pharrell Williams is facing a lawsuit from his once longtime friend and music partner, Chad Hugo, also from Hampton Roads. The hit-making duo is behind popular songs like Britney's I'm a Slave for You and Milkshake by Khalees. According to a filing, Hugo claims Williams withheld money and failed to report the accounting of their numerous shared businesses. This isn't the first time Hugo has sued Williams. He filed another complaint in 2024 over trademarks on music production and branding. We reached out to Pharrell's team for comment, but haven't heard back just yet. We have a lot more details about this on 13 News Now.
What really blew my mind is that this is the second time. I didn't know that 2 years ago, Chad Hugo sued Pharrell. So this is years in the making.
Is there no additional information to?
Yeah, what I found was, okay, so the key details of the lawsuit, according to multiple sources, Black Enterprise, Hot 97, Wavy.com, unpaid royalties. Hugo claims he's owed significant unpaid royalties for his contributions as a producer, specifically for the No One Ever Really Dies album, which potential damages may exceed $750,000 to $1 million. Alleged self-dealing. The lawsuit alleges that Pharrell Williams breached their partnership agreement by engaging in self-dealing and, according to Wavy.com, failing to provide required financial records for NERD Music LLC. So I assume NERD Music LLC is a two-member partnership LLC between the two of them. And self-dealing just means that Pharrell was representing the company, but getting deals just for himself without the consent of his partner, right?
I'm not sure, actually.
Okay. I depend on you for all these financial terms. Ownership dispute. So the 2024 legal action was that Hugo accused Pharrell of attempting to fraudulently register trademarks for the Neptunes name without his consent. That's according to Hip Hop DX. Broken partnership. The former collaborators are no longer on speaking terms. I didn't know this because when I saw like the new music I guess normally when I think of the Neptunes, Pharrell's the front man, he's the mouthpiece. So when I saw that he had done the new record for Rick Ross and he's all in the video and I don't see Chad Hugo, I'm like, well, that's typical, right? You usually expect to see Pharrell. You don't expect to see Chad because he doesn't sing or rap himself, as far as I know. But little did I know they have not been on speaking terms since then. This is back 2 years ago. They said there is a standard accounting review that's already in progress, according to Pharrell's legal team. But it seems like the lawsuits keep coming, so it doesn't look good.
I mean, you never know in this situation, like what's happening. Like, trademarks need to be renewed, right? So maybe there wasn't any communication and Pharrell needed to renew the trademark and he couldn't get a hold of Chad's his name, right? Couldn't get a hold of Chad. Or maybe Pharrell's a bad guy. I don't know. Like, I'm in a situation again with one of the former Funk Volume artists. He got his masters back last year. So I took them down. They were on Two Lost. I moved everything over to Two Lost. And his manager recently reached out and said that there's like still duplicates of music up on DSPs. I had no idea. And he said that I must have been receiving royalties. Now, in my Two Lost account, like I can't see any royalties associated with those projects because the projects are taken down. The long story short is like sometimes there are reasons that aren't shady that things happen. Like sometimes things just happen. Faulty technology, people forget, whatever the reason is. So it's important to just have dialogue to a point until you confirm somebody's doing something shady instead of just immediately jumping to that conclusion. Right. We have a tendency to immediately jump to that conclusion just because we keep hearing stories like this where things must be shady or the industry, the manager must have did it or the artist must have did that. There's so many different scenarios of why somebody could have done something. And until you get it confirmed, just don't jump to any conclusions.
Well, you're a living, breathing example of that because I'm still getting, anytime I post any MEC content, there's a good chance that some disgruntled Funk Volume fan is trying to relitigate beef from 15 years ago, and it's always the same. Ain't this the guy that stole $1 million from Hobson? I'm like, it doesn't even matter that you and Hobson had a sit down where he confirmed that no, you hadn't been stealing money, and he was just upset because he didn't understand the music business. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. The people are going to decide what they decide, and they're going to cling to whatever illusions they have simply because one, people are just, they cultishly follow a certain celebrity. And two, what is their incentive to learn the truth? There is no incentive. So for me, I don't know Chad or Pharrell from two cans of paint, but it does seem that they're longtime friends, partners, collaborators. And you just think, damn, I'm looking at my own relationships where if someone I worked closely with did something or may have done something that I had a concern about, I would really just try to sit down with them and address the concern right then and there. And if they start getting weird and they're like, oh, well, let me just look into, like, no, look into it right now. I'm outside your house right now. We're actual friends. Let me into your house so we can sit down somewhere. You know what I mean? Because we know each other. Like if you and I lived in the same city and all of a sudden I found out that our YouTube channel was monetized and had been monetized for the past year, I'm like, where's that money going, Dame? And you're like, I don't really know. I'm like, Dame, I'm coming over. Let's just talk about it, and then you can just show me the panel. And that would just eliminate every question. And then we can just figure it out. Otherwise, if there's no communication, then there goes trust, and then the whole thing falls apart.
It's so interesting. Like the run-ins I've had in the music industry, it always ends with the other person like just stop communicating.
Yeah.
Like, if you have an issue with somebody, you're going to have to resolve. I made a post about this more recently, and that's why most teams fail, is because there's no communication and there's no conflict resolution skills.
Yeah.
Typically what happens, things get weird, and I always think that that's the person that's at fault, because that's what it's been in my experience, is like the person that isolates themselves and refuses to talk, I feel like is the one hiding something. It's like,
usually
you would want to, if you weren't doing something weird, then you would want to talk it through. But there's a number of things, like even with the cue sheets that I'm filling out for all of the artists that submitted music that's in Ja's new series, Laugh. I need publishing information again, because Tubi's going to be paying out performance royalties. And a lot of these artists are doing this for the first time. They don't understand like what I'm asking for. A lot of the songs aren't registered. So this could very well be Pharrell and Chad's situation. Maybe it was early days. They didn't know like writer share, publisher share. Oh, what's a PRO? Like maybe a lot of the early stuff wasn't registered appropriately. Because I'm over here trying to coach a lot of the artists that are newer to this, like what it is, so that I get the information I need, but so that they know going forward when they have more opportunities like this, They know exactly what people are asking. So yeah, just talk it out, ask questions. All the artists that I've been working with are super dope. Like it's okay that you don't know something. It's super. I don't know stuff all the time. I just go to Google or Chat GPT, and you got to figure it out. You got to ask the what you think may be dumb questions. Now there are dumb. I do think there are dumb questions, but you have to ask. If you don't, because the more you go in the music industry, the more people will assume that you do know stuff because you've been in the music industry so long. So if you've put it off and you've faked like you knew what publishing was for 5 years, now you're 5 years in and you got some songs that are doing some things, and now people are asking you questions. Now they're looking at you crazy. Like, how do you not know this? You've been in this game for 5+ years. So learn early.